Your 4x4 is proudly partnered by DP Chip Diesel Power Specialists, ARB 4x4 Accessories, Piranha Off-Road Products and Kmart Rear End Protection.
Hello and welcome to Your 4x4. I'm Simon Christie.
And I'm Danny Sparks Cousins.
Now Danny, I believe we have another fantastic episode this evening.
You're right there, Simon. First up tonight we'll be following John and Anne from Lifestyle Video Productions on a trip through Tasmania. Then later in the show we'll be going out on a trip that you and I did recently just out of Melbourne.
Now that was a tasty trip, Danny. I look forward to that one. But now though, let's explore the Devil's Playground.
This Tasmanian four-wheel drive adventure was under the guidance of Anthony Spinks of Tassie Tag-Along Tours. Anthony specialises in leading groups to the west coast, an area of spectacular scenery and great four-wheel driving. There's not a lot about Western Tasmania that Anthony Spinks doesn't know, and his apparent knowledge soon gained the group's confidence. Local knowledge of this western region is important, not only to find the best tracks and destinations, but also to avoid the hazards and pitfalls that this area is infamous for. For this trip, Anthony has some stunning highlights in mind, the first of these being the beach run on Sandy Cape Beach in the Arthur Pyman Conservation Reserve. Sandy Cape Beach has gained a reputation for swallowing up vehicles due to sections of quicksand. For this reason, Anthony held a briefing with the group, laying down strict convoy procedures.
But one thing I will say is don't stop. Okay, you've got to keep that forward momentum going all the time. The quicksand bits, I'll try and identify them. I'll go first and try and identify them and let you know when they're coming up.
Water from perched lakes seeps through the sand to the ocean, making it sloppy and unstable. With tyre pressures lowered and plenty of momentum, all went smoothly. The Pedder River crossing was a little adventurous due to its steep, soft edges. It was better to cross as close as possible to the mouth when necessary to time it between waves. There are some giant sand dunes near Sandy Cape, offering views of mountain ranges as well as sea. After exploring the huge expanses of sand, Anthony led the group to a grassy campsite just inland of the dunes. Here the group spent a pleasant evening, anticipating the next day's adventures. Conditions on Sandy Cape Beach had completely changed from the day before. The wind blowing from the north was shifting tons of sand.
The power of Mother Nature.
The Pedder River gave the opportunity to wash off the salt water. Andrew, coming up the rear, was keen to get more than his money's worth. Now that the group was back on firm ground once more, tyre pressures were readjusted in preparation for the next challenge, the Balfour track. This track connects the Sandy Cape track with the Western Explorer Link Road and follows the route of the railway line to the old Balfour tin mine. The track is over rock, gravel and mud and passes mostly through button grass plains. There are many water holes on the track, some are quite deep and mud is plentiful. You should always stay on the track because the terrain is soggy under the button grass and deviation will certainly lead to bogging. After the fun of the Belford track, it was easy going along the Western Explorer to the Pieman River. At Corinna there is no bridge. Instead it's necessary to use a ferry called the Fat Man, which carries only 2 cars at a time. It is not certain how the Pieman River was named. One account is that of convict Alexander Pierce, who ate his companions in an attempted escape. He was recaptured one time on the banks of this river. He was said to have made pies, although it is not known what was in them.
Well, Danny, what do you reckon was in those pies?
Well, the story goes apparently they were cannibals, so who knows?
Very interesting. For now, we're off to a short break, but watch out, your 4x4 will be straight back.
Piranha Off-Road has been leading the way with Aussie four-wheel drive gear for over 20 years. With class-leading products like the innovative Power Shower, intelligent dual battery kits and their legendary headlight upgrade looms, Piranha has Australia's broadest range of practical and affordable gear. Whether you're a tourer, weekender or a four-wheel drive competitor, Piranha products are problem solvers.
We've got all the goodies.
For more information, visit piranhaoffroad.com.au or call today on 9762 1200.
ARB, Australia's largest manufacturer and distributor of 4x4 accessories, has everything you need for your next off-road adventure. From bull bars and suspension to recovery gear and lights, we've got four-wheel drives of all shapes and sizes covered. Whether you're heading off the bitumen for a weekend getaway or preparing for that epic round Australia trip, enjoy a safer, more comfortable journey with ARB. To order a copy of our free catalogue, visit our website or give us a call.
The weather was overcast and gloomy as Tassie tour guide Anthony Spinks led the group along 4 Mile Beach on Arberg Bay. It was time to move inland and head for Montezuma Falls, not far from the mining town of Zeehan. Many other four-wheel drive tracks in Tasmania are the legacy of some kind of mining operation, and the Montezuma track is no exception.
Okay guys, this section of track that we're travelling along now is it's an old abandoned railway track. Used to bring the ore out of a mine up near Montezuma called Williamsford. Through this dark cutting that's coming through now, you can see some of the old sleepers from the railway track.
The original railway line, built in 1898, had a gauge of only 2 feet, or 60 centimetres. The narrowness was chosen to suit the winding hillsides and to reduce costs. The railway was closed in 1932, with the rails removed during the Second World War. As there is little opportunity to pass oncoming traffic, travellers are advised to use UHF Channel 10 to let others know of their whereabouts. There is still evidence of former mining activities. Andrew and Mick were interested in the old mine and ventured in with torches in hand. They soon found that the tunnel was occupied by lodges of the 8-legged variety. As this is a high rainfall area, the track is usually wet and muddy. It passes through rainforest with leatherwood, myrtle and sassafras. A walking track leads to a lookout point and a suspension bridge. Charles and Marianne soaked up the amazing view from the bridge, briefly. At 104 metres, Montezuma is Tasmania's highest falls and adds the finishing touch to one of Tassie's great tracks. Mick the Rooster provided the early wake-up call. The campground at Mount Phil National Park came to life as the group hastened to prepare for another day's four-wheel driving. Anthony Spinks, their Tassie tag-along tour guide, had another ace up his sleeve, the Sawback Range Track. This track is only accessible by permit from Parks and Wildlife Service.
This track that we're taking now takes us into the old mining town of Adamsfield, and I reckon it's some of the best rainforest four-wheel driving that you'll see anywhere in Australia.
The Sawback Range Track is 12 kilometres long and wends its way through dense rainforest. A tree had fallen across the track. Attempts had been made to build a ramp on either side, but more work definitely needed to be done. Soon the shovels were out and roadworks in progress. The work was looking promising, so Anthony gave it a go. The situation called for manpower, and there was plenty of that, although Chunky was concerned.
I never had my Mars bar.
Yeah, I just go straight there.
That's all right.
I'm glad you're helping
More axe work followed, knobs and knots were removed, anything that might cause the vehicles to get hung up. Dave was over and the others followed through. At times the track was barely visible through the thick undergrowth. At the base of a steep descent was a tricky mudhole section. Before Anthony could suggest what line to take, Mick was right in it, in spectacular style. Dave forged a similar path through. In the meantime, Jim had got it wrong. He probably couldn't see why the others found it so amusing. Eventually they arrived at their objective, Adamsfield, where Anthony could leave the group satisfied that he had given them a true Tasmanian four-wheel drive experience.
Yeah, it's been some of the best four-wheel driving I've ever done.
Well, Tassie looks like a beautiful place to go and a great place to visit.
And the perfect destination for four-wheel driving. Now keep in mind that that footage was taken from the Devil's Playground DVD from Lifestyle Video Productions. All of the details are on our website. For now though, it's time for the Your 4x4 photo competition. Thanks to ARB and Kmart, welcome to the Your 4x4 photo competition. Danny, what have we got for today's photos?
Simon, first up tonight we've got a Toyota Surf with snorkel, nudge bar, having some fun up in the mud in the Wattagans National Park.
Always good to see the surfs out there getting amongst it.
Next up we've got a white turbo diesel GU Patrol showing off some flex perched on top of a rock. This rig has a steel bull bar, spotties, rock sliders and a nice set of tyres and rims.
Sounds like a Queenslander, they always love to show off.
Then we've got a white Hilux dual cab with steel bar, steel steps, snorkel, spotties, canopy and a decent amount of lift on a set of 35-inch Mudzillas.
That sounds like my mate Mick from Victoria.
Next we've got a Nissan Navara with colour-coded bull bar, scrub bars, steps, winch, canopy, roof racks, spotties and snorkel, having a fun winter trip out in the Victorian high country.
Which goes to show you don't need one of the big wagons to get out there and have some fun.
And finally tonight we've got a GQ Patrol with a nice lift, a set of muddies, bull bar, winch, snorkel and roof racks, having a play on the rocks at Moreton Island.
Again, another Queenslander getting out there and showing us how a good four-wheel drive should be used. Now remember, all you need to do to enter the Your 4x4 competition is to send us your details along with a photo of your 4x4 and you're in the running.
Each week we randomly select 5 photos to air on the show. And all you need to do is when you see your photo, be the first to email in and you'll be the lucky winner of the weekly prize.
Now, talking about prizes, there are some fantastic gifts on offer from ARB and Kmart. First up, every weekly winner will take home an ARB LED Adventure Light. That is a fantastic unit. Now, Danny, what is the series prize?
Simon, the series prize is one of the awesome steel rear steps from Kmart.
That is a heavy-duty unit. I'd love to have one of those on my vehicle. Now remember, jump onto the website for all of the details. Keep watching Your 4x4 when we will hopefully feature your 4x4, so get those pictures in.
Now, who doesn't want more power? And I bet that most of you with diesels have your hands in the air. DP Chip is not a snack food, it's the real deal, and simply modifies the engine fuel injection parameters to increase performance to a measurable difference of up to 35% more power and torque and up to 10% better economy. DP Chip, the only diesel power chip with a 5-year warranty, 24/7 tech support and user adjustability. For more information on DP Chip Diesel Power, call 02 4877 1022 or visit dpchip.com.
When you're off-road, who's backing you up? Boasting class-leading form and function, Kmart rear bars are world-renowned. Fully Australian-made and owned, Kmart's range of 4x4 enhancements and accessories are designed to be outback tough. For more information, visit www.kmart.com.au. Kmart rear bars, wheel carriers and more, who's protecting your rear end?
Viewers, the wait is over. Shop online at the 4Drive TV store for personalised merchandise, 4Drive TV clothing, 4Drive products and even DVD subscriptions. That's right, 2 episodes of 4Drive TV posted out to you every fortnight for the whole series, and all for just $50. Support your favourite program, wear the brand you love and never miss another episode with our collector's DVD subscriptions. Get shopping at 4drivetv.com.au with the 4Drive TV online store.
Welcome back. Now next up, thanks to DP Chip and Piranha Off-Road, we've got the Love Your 4x4 email competition.
Now this competition is as simple as it gets, and there's some great prizes. Every weekly winner will take home the amazing Doug's Tub, and the series winner, there are 3 chances, Danny, to take home a DP Chip, an amazing product if you've got a diesel. All you have to do for this competition is email in why you love your 4x4. Now I know that Danny loves his 4x4, I certainly love my 4x4, but Danny, who's the lucky entrant today?
Simon, tonight's entry comes from Cameron Avery, and he writes, I love my 4x4 because I've stripped it down, built it from scratch, and it's my baby. It's an FJ40, only the best you can buy.
Go the FJ40s, my favourite 4-wheel drive. Check out the website, you can see a picture of my car there. Now he has taken home one of the Doug's Tub that we sent out to him, definitely useful in the glove box at home. And he will also go into the draw for one of the 3 DP chips on offer. And just remember, all of the details are on the Your 4x4 website. It's the Love Your 4x4 email competition. Now Danny, what's next up on the show?
Simon, next up on the show, we head out on a trip that you and I did recently, just out of Melbourne.
This trip finds the crew heading east out of Melbourne for a tough day of hardcore relaxing. Yes, that's it. We slowed things down for one day just to catch up with a few friends and enjoy some fine bush tucker at the hands of Rhett and Karen from Ozfit. Our target was Narnagoon, a sub-suburban rural area on the eastern outskirts of Melbourne, and around 60 kilometres from the city, mostly via the Monash Freeway. With Denny and Sally also along for the day, our escape from the hustle and bustle of city driving was slightly delayed for the obligatory coffee stop. A drive-through did the job, and even the poochers didn't miss out on a morning pick-me-up. Back on the freeway, a smooth run had us back on track and winding through downtown Narnagoon. A place not known for its classy name, but an oasis nonetheless,
and fortunately spared by the recent fires throughout the region. The plan for the day was simple. Roll in around 11 a.m. and kick back for a tough arvo of catching up, stuffing our faces, quad bike riding and generally enjoying the great outdoors before trailing off northward to skirt along some very basic tracks bordering the Bunyip State Forest. Truth is, we could do with a break from time to time, but rest assured that the camera is never far away and we are always on the job anyway. After a fine stuffing of delicious Ausspit cooked lamb and chicken and a healthy spoiling of honey and coconut drizzled apples, oranges, apricots and peaches, our satisfied group was more than primed for a gentle meander around some of the area's easier tracks. Along for a lazy afternoon drive was Rhett from Ausspit in his home-built Land Cruiser ute. Miranda and myself in our well-set-up GU Patrol. Matt Fenner from ARB Dandenong in a very tidy four-door Wrangler Jeep. Karen and Alan from Procomp with their unique Brute Jeep ute. Phil and Nairi from P&L Driver Training in their well-travelled F250 truck. James Elling from 4x4 Earth with a Project Patrol. And Sally, Danny and Shay Sparks' cousins cruising along in their slowly growing 80 Series cruiser. Like we were in our own movie. All were keen for a simple bush tour to assist with digestion. And a pleasing tour of the region, courtesy of Rhett, saw us looping through a series of well-maintained tracks on the edge of the Bunyip State Forest. Not every trip has to be hardcore, and not every outing has to be designed to get to some far and exotic outdoors location. Sometimes it's just enough to have good company, fresh air, scenic settings, and the time and opportunity to escape in the ideal escapism machine, a four-wheel drive. We're lucky to work within an industry and with people who are all like-minded 4x4 enthusiasts. The severe Victorian fires had closed most of the local tracks, relegating us to a handful of forest fringe areas between Narnagoon and Bunyip. Nonetheless, the chance to kick back and enjoy the remaining thriving forest areas was a treat. And days like this one have become treasured outings that make the hard slog and relentless production well worth it. Thanks to all of our special guests from ARB, Procomp, P&L, 4x4 Earth, Sally, Danny and Shay Sparks' cousins, my amazing wife Miranda, and of course the top culinary team from Ausspit for another delicious day in the great outdoors.
Well, thanks for hanging around and watching another great episode of Your 4x4.
Remember guys, jump onto our website. There are stacks of information about the show, the competition and what's going on. Now do remember those competitions. You've got the Love Your 4x4 email competition. We've got the Your 4x4 picture competition with some fantastic prizes thanks to the sponsors of Your 4x4. But we've also got 10 fantastic single passes to give away for the National 4x4 show approaching quickly in Melbourne. All the details on the website. Danny, what's going to be on next week's show?
Simon, next week we've got a trip with a difference. We're heading off and forward driving through the Filipino jungle.
I'm Simon Christie.
And I'm Danny Sparks Cousins.
Thanks for watching Your 4x4.